right, we are back. Of course, we thank you for sticking with us for some more ECL Elite action on our primetime Sundays here. New thing that we're doing here in the winter season. And our next matchup, it will be between Stargazing and Jyväskylä. And this is the first time we've had featured Stargazing on broadcast here in the ECL Elite. And they'll be taking on a team in Jyväskylä who's, started out really hot, been tapering off a little bit, now sit at 5-3-2, but in one of those playoff positions, and Stargazing on the outside looking in right now. So two teams who are new to the ECL division, at least this season. Both teams, definitely with, the aspirations of staying here, if not making the playoffs.
That's always the goal of making the playoffs here as well, too. But if you're also kind of on the cusp of making it, you want to at least have a good, strong finish. So that way next season you can bring in more talent or whatever you want to change things up. Because standings do matter even if you don't make the playoffs itself. Even if you're on the cusp as well, you don't want to fall into relegation. You don't want to finish too low on the matter on the standings. So that way it affects your morale and such like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's always something to play for here in the ECL Elite, and we'll get you look at some of the latest results that have been happening, although it should only be today's broadcast, so we'll see if that is okay. The second game isn't quite updated yet, but we can see that first one coming out from Conquer and HV71. But you guys can see some of the other things you maybe didn't catch throughout the the rest of it as you look down a bit further. Havu Gaming, continuing to kind of struggle out of the gates here. That was Jyväskylä picking up 3 out of 4 points against them with a 2-1 win and an overtime win as well. So we'll just jump straight over and get another look at the standings here, which again hasn't changed a whole heck of a lot, but with the reporting here, you'll see an additional couple points there for Conquer Gaming as HG71. Actually, I don't know if that's even updated at all, but that's okay. That's okay. We had the reporting on the latest results, but it didn't quite get over to the standings. That's okay. You'll see Conquer Gaming with those games played. They'll be up with 17 points, which would shoot them right now into second place with 12 games played, which is kind of nuts if you think about Conquer Gaming sitting in second place. Yes, they have 12 games played, quite a bit more than some of these other teams. Again, you can see on the right-hand side, getting teams like Sawo Esports, only with 6 games played so far. We expect them to be in the playoffs here, but it's just been, again, a wild start here. It's nuts. IQ, Havu, Fediastad, Sawo. Those are 4 teams on that right-hand side of the bracket, which were all in the playoffs last season, currently sitting on that right-hand side right now.
Yeah, like we said, the schedule is a little bit wonky, so some teams that you'd expect to be already in a playoff spot right now are not there. Again, things can change once those games start evening back up. You'll be able to see some teams in their either rightful spots or new spots where they've definitely earned to be in.
Yeah, absolutely here. So take a look at the matchup that we have coming up for you in just a few minutes here between Jyväskylä and Stargazing, excuse me. Look at the head-to-head here. Identical goals for, but the goals against there, a little bit more of a discrepancy, but kind of across the board, a lot of similar stats there, Endo.
Definitely, I can definitely see right there. Power play, a big thing that was key last game, both in an even 33.33. That's very uncommon to have an exact number like that. And you can see right now, penalty kill, Stargazing does have a better penalty kill. And so far, I think that'll be definitely key in this matchup whatsoever. And obviously the records right there, Jyväskylä has the higher record, Stargazing a little bit lower. But then again, you never know. We're in the middle of the season. This is when teams pick up or they start to fall off a little bit more than before. And we'll see how it goes tonight.
Absolutely. Big points on the line for both these teams, but especially if you're Jyväskylä looking to make a statement after now making your way back into the ECL Elite. If you're Stargazing, you've got to just be happy about staying in this division, but to do that, they're going to need points as well. We'll take a look now at the lineups between these two squads here. Stargazing and Jyväskylä on the side of Stargazing here. It's Floperi, Ose, and Kolslav on the front end, and on the back end, it's Jamechkin and Nika on the points, and between the pipes is Pirza. And for Jyväskylä, we have Aro, Antti, and Indy on the front end, Sile and Sakam on defense, with Katsu between the pipes here. Very familiar Jyväskylä lineup, minus, obviously they have Aro there instead of Puanzo, who did return to Havu here for this ECL Elite season. And we'll take a look at the head-to-head battles here between the centermen of Antti and Ose here, and a very, very big differential when it comes to goals as well as the face-off percentage.
Yeah, you can tell one of them is more of a goal scorer, and the other one seems to be more of a passer in that same line of speech. 6 points and 9 points, nice. And face-offs, obviously, one person's gonna win a face-off, one person's gonna win it less. That's the math how it goes. So far, it looks like UP Vascula's Nati is doing better with face-off draws. OC looks like he could probably get a little bit better. Let's see how it goes tonight. Will definitely be a big key moment right here. There weren't a lot of face-off draws in the last game either. There were very few stoppages in between, so maybe it might be a big factor, maybe it might not. Who knows?
Yeah, it kind of depends on the pace and where those kind of face-offs are located, as well as we'll move over now to the battle of the wingers here. And again, I think we're going to see, a little bit of a different story here, as the advantage clearly going to the Stargazing wingers with less games played, but higher point totals.
You can never tell what's going to happen. You can tell these guys are definitely may have less time played, but they are more effective on the ice and getting out there as well. I can't wait to see how this goes. It seems to be more of a very balanced aspect on both sides as well. Seemed really, really fair and even on there. Obviously, a coleslaw who's making me hungry because makes me the coleslaw. Got 7 goals out there. He leads so far out of all the forwards are playing on the ice so far right now. And 7 goals, he seems to be the clear guy they go to right now to put those pucks on the net with 22 shots as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of shots, a lot of goals for him, as we'll take a look at the men on the back end now for both of these teams. And again, you see it from JYP Jyväskylä with the slight advantage when it comes to the points, but also another big advantage that they have on this sheet here.
Yeah, big advantage here is shots. Shots blocked, excuse me, and hits. Holy jumping. They just love to throw the body. 48 hits just alone right here for the left defenseman over there. And just absolutely throwing it whenever he can. This is definitely going to be something where it's going to be a lot of chip and change, hopefully, for Stargazing to see whether they're going to get in there or not, because I would not want to go up against that defenseman. I'd get clobbered every single time.
Yeah, it looks like the blue line is going to be a high point of contention in this matchup here, as we'll now jump over and take another look, or take a look here at the goaltenders in this matchup, Katsu and Pirtsa here, and both of them hovering around the same sort of save percentage mark, a higher GAA for Pirtsa right now, but again, pretty even matchup.
Yeah, very even, very right there. Like you said before, the ideal save percentage is around 80. Both goalies are kind of at that cusp. Kazu's just a little bit above that as well. Pirtsa is going to get up there hopefully by the end of this game. Let's see how it goes, and can't wait to go through.
Yeah, absolutely. Couple shutouts for Katsu as well. Here's he suits up for JYP Jyväskylä. He's played all the games so far for his squad, as look to get these teams matched up and into the action as soon as we can here. But this is, again, we talk about it all the time. You kind of expect the unexpected, and just how important every single point is, and how quickly the season can really fly by. We saw it when we were looking at the standings here with some of the games played. One team with 14, a couple teams with 12, where a lot of teams have passed that 1/3 mark of the season, are quickly approaching the midway point. This is week 3 now, starting of the ECL Elite, and there's 6 weeks total. So this is technically the midway point week. After this week is done, essentially almost all the teams will be around that midway point, or theoretically at least. So again, a lot to play for here. Every point matters, and we're already approaching that home stretch. It's deceptively fast how this goes. You always feel like, you have a lot of time to make up ground, 30 games, you never know, but all of a sudden, those points add up quickly, or those losses add up quite quickly here, and you're scratching and clawing to keep just to keep your footing in the elite division. That's where Stargazing doesn't want to find themselves here. They just got into the elite. They want to stay here and work their way up. You always want to kind of, be advancing here when it comes to ECL Elite. Your first goal, of course, is to get into the ECL Elite. Both these teams have accomplished that. Your second goal has to be to stay in the ECL Elite, and then, of course, make the playoffs. And from there, obviously the sky's kind of the limit in that case, but it's, again, big points on the line. JYP Jyväskylä currently in the playoff position. They want to send a statement right there, and at least I would say probably they want at least 3 points out of this matchup.
Couldn't agree more. I think the one thing that people do need to realize is there's a big jump. There's a big jump in quality and in players between the pro and the elite level. That's why the elite levels are working to get those big bucks. It's a bigger price increase for the prizes out there. And a lot of people jump into the play and they get there and they do well, but they don't realize they don't adjust to the new higher level of play and a lot more opportunities where a lot of the mistakes that you could make in the pro or the lower divisions, you just can't in the higher division with the elites, because these are guys who've been here, seasoned veterans or fresh faces who have just been that impactful on their team. As we talk about, as Matt mentioned, the prize pools over here. Sin, you want to take us through the amount of prizes and the money?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a €6,000 prize pool for the spring season, as we did complete that winter season a couple months ago. And whichever team wins that this spring season championship as well, in addition to the €6,000, they have a chance to play in the grand final for €10,000 there. But if that winner of, as we mentioned, is H-Reds, who won the winter season as well, they will automatically take home that 10K extra euro, and that would be a total of 22K euro for them earnings across the last few months of the winter and spring season. That would be a nice little take home for that team, who has cemented themselves right now, at least, as firmly as the best team in Europe, if not the rest of the world. And if you talk to some of those players, maybe in private, they consider themselves definitely to be on top of the world here. They obviously, everyone pays attention to everyone. NA will watch EU, especially around the playoffs. EU, I'm sure, watches some of those higher class NA tournaments to get a feel for that. Everyone's waiting for the time when the world gets a little less crazy and we can have an on-site LAN tournament between some of these NA and EU teams. And of course, I hope that it's just around the corner, so to speak. And we'll have to see what happens in that regard. But we're just kind of waiting for these two teams to get matched up here and to be ready for this first game of two. Because, again, a lot on the line here for these two squads. The points ever so important right now. And, can't really be squandered at this point. I mean, you're especially if you're, Jyväskylä sitting right now in that 7 seed. You have a total of 10 games played right now, which is near the average, but could be considered on the higher side. And we saw on that right-hand side of the bracket, a lot of teams there, a lot of those playoff teams, like Sawo, they had 6 games. So that's a total right now, 4 games in hand for them. Plenty of opportunity for them to kind of get back, get into that playoff. And the more teams that enter that left side of the bracket, if you're on the lower side, the more you can kind of get pushed off of it. So Jyväskylä, these points here, very, very important. And obviously for Stargazing, they want to try to stay in this elite division. Right now, sitting in that 14 spot, they let themselves keep falling further and further down. They could find themselves in dangerous waters in a relegation position. Maybe even if they do get into that last place, that's the automatic relegation position, which is, of course, the last thing that they want.
The one thing you don't want to do is get an automatic boot right back to where you came from. That's never fun to deal with, even as someone just kind of casually watching this. You never want to see one team just kind of get automatically dropped down after trying so hard to get where they are right now. It's definitely going to be something that it's probably on the back of their minds coming into this game. If not now, it'll be around the last weeks. So if they can, maybe at least even get the team to overtime. If they know they can't win a game, at least push for the OT, get that extra point in there. So that way you can get a little bit of a boost up in the standings a little bit. That's the beauty of OT. You get the extra point, you get extra free hockey as well. So you get to see what's going to happen as we get into the game coming up here right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, every single point is important, as you were saying. And for Stargazing, yeah, I mean, for them especially, like, you really got to kind of capitalize on it. We'll kind of see that. We'll see what their mentality is entering this. We see it from the top teams all the time, as they, never play for overtime, never play for anything but the win here. But as we said, maybe when the chips are down, the points are more important. We'll see a different mentality. Tomorrow's broadcast coming back at our regular time of 19:45 CET, the return of Tugi. He'll be back in the chair next to me, and we'll be seeing Sawo Esports take on H-Reds. That is going to be a heck of a matchup here. Sawo, of course, still with a lot of games in hand here, but a 4-1-1 start. They had that shocking season where they wowed everyone. They're going to want to take it to H-Reds in that matchup. Then we'll have ZSC taking on Örebro. Again, ZSC, one of those teams who's been in the elite division now for a couple seasons. They've yet to get over that hump and make it into the playoffs. They're going to be looking for some big points against an Örebro team who, again, has had a pretty solid start over the course of this season. So that will be, of course, tomorrow, 19:45 CEST, more of the normal broadcast time aside from this Sunday prime time. And here we go, right into the gameplay. Jyväskylä in possession in those home blacks. Oh my goodness, and a shot on goes wide. A big shot from Monty in the corner. That'll ring all the way back. He winded up and just absolutely chopped at that puck. And Slap pass all the way up. No one's stopping anything. Goal scored! Indy finds the back of the net here. I don't think we've seen anything other than a slap shot being taken besides that. Indy opens up the scoring here for Jyväskylä. What a wild and crazy start to this one. Jyväskylä take the lead.
This is the most aggressive I've ever seen a team just come out of the gates. We switch over to the feed. We have like 3 slap shots. Go back in your side. Slap pass up the ice. Charging at the goalie. You do whatever you can to get a goal right here. 1-0 right here. Jyväskylä. Ooh, it's hard to compose yourself when something's this crazy.
Absolutely a wild and crazy start there. Venting some of the old pent-up aggression, I guess you could say, from Jyväskylä, all those slap shots early on, and maybe just trying to set the tone here as they're back in on the attack. Antti from behind the net loses it. Floppery now moving it out up to Nika. Koslav gets that one in low. The forecheck followed by his teammates, doesn't connect. And almost kept in right there. That was Jamechkin, but that'll lead to an offside.
Earlier we saw the amount of like hits going through, and I think the overall like the hits also ties to the team aggression, which they're coming out hard and swinging.
Stargazing trying to gain the line will lead to an offside again right there. Not a bad play, trying to get Koslav coming in there with speed off the quick pass. Just slightly missed time, but I like Stargazing trying some different looks to try to beat that blue line presence. As we mentioned, Sealand and Sock'em with those huge hit totals early on in this season. Blue line's going to be a high point of contention here. Stargazing have it in down low. Antti now with the puck. Sent up to Sile. Nice little dip to the middle to free up some space to try to find Otto there, but goes for an icing. 13:57 left, and an offensive zone draw for Stargazing. Ose not with the greatest of face-off percentages so far, but he wins that one in a key area. Unable to capitalize on the possession. Indy now has it, sent back to Sock'em. Up the ice goes Sock'em. Dump and chase. Bounce off the corner boards. And a slap pass look, but Antti breaks it up. Otto, unfortunately, couldn't keep it in. Koslav coming back the other way. Shot on, and Kazu makes the save. We'll swallow that up. I believe that was Ose taking the shot from there. It was stopped by the Jyväskylä netminder.
Good glove right there, just like grabbing it there, get a whistle going through, compose yourself, get some extra energy for some of the guys on the Jyväskylä's team.
Here comes Indy now, sent over to Sock'em, pinching in on the rush, gets it poked off of his stick, and Antti wasn't quite on the boards to retrieve it. Sile now, dump and chase coming out, and 2 Jyväskylä jerseys in deep. Oh, looking for Antti in front, but the pass doesn't connect. A backhand on, and Pirtsa just swallows that one up, and we'll get the whistle here about the midway point of the first period. It's an interesting, you've seen the dump and chase coming out a lot from Jyväskylä, and really it was both Otto and Indy who won the race to that puck, so the defensive Stargazing going to have to be aware of that moving forward if Jyväskylä wants to keep trying that.
Definitely, you're going to have to play a little bit more deep than maybe what you might like, but at the end of the day, you got to do whatever you can, especially when you're down 1-0 so far.
Poked away, nice play by Jamechkin there. And Nico with the puck sends it over to the winger Floppery right there, who will have to reset with it after an errant pass. Stargazing now trying to work their way up. Pass through, will go off the end boards, and Sealy will grab it. Indy now resets it to Sock'em, and a D-to-D pass. Beautiful pass off the boards. Otto has it, and onto Antti right there. Taking an in-tight shot, but Pirtsa covered the angle.
Like you said, very, very dump, chase, kind of take shots when you can. Just throw it on net at this point. Right now, Jyväskylä is probably thinking.
And another face-off win there for Ose there. So he's 6-2 on the draw so far. Very good start for him here in this first period. What a shot on right there. Blocked in front by Sile. Excellent opportunity coming out from Stargazing. That was Floppery taking that in-tight opportunity. Great pass from behind the net. Jyväskylä now has it in the offensive zone. Good pinch from Sile and a poke. Otto now. Good job to guard the puck momentarily, and will retrieve it. And Antti has it now, and unfortunately can't hold the line right there as he lost it for a split second and brought it out across the blue.
A lot of good puck protects for Jyväskylä's forwards there. Stargazing also try to keep them away, keep them contained to the boards, push them outside.
In tight opportunity, perhaps right there. Stargazing trying to push his way into the middle by splitting the D and maybe get a shot on, but got poked off of his stick right there as a dump goes off of, I think that was the face of Nick, or perhaps Jamichkin there, and went on net, but no trickling bounces into the net, at least so far in this game, as we saw a few times, to say the least, in our last matchup. Jyväskylä, good job of patrolling that blue line as we thought they would. Stargazing, hard pressed to find those clean zone entries. ECL dump and chase. Indy with speed will win the race and get that puck.
Keep your head up, kid.
Otto, beautiful hit right there. And shot on by Indy, almost the follow-up from Otto there. But one more chance here for Stargazing. Nika over and bouncing puck. Can't tell who has it. Otto gets it, puts it between his legs a couple times for flair, and will kill the period there. Jyväskylä take that early goal as a lead into the dressing room where you can get another look at it. It was a shot off of the pads and just a beautiful little rebound in. And Jyväskylä has the lead because of it.
Yeah, like we said, you never know what's going to happen when you just throw it on net. Right there, you see right here coming through. Completely misread. And there you go. 1-0 is the lead so far for Jyväskylä.
And we saw some crazy sort of plays in that, at least in the beginning of it. It really kind of settled down as that went on, but you can see the clear advantage in stats for Jyväskylä. Registered shots, time on attack, more than a minute of that. Only 2 hits for them so far, but where Stargazing does have the advantage right now is where we thought that they might struggle, in the face-off dot. So far, so good for Ose. 7 face-off wins to 2. He's won some of those key draws in the offensive or defensive zone. It's just Stargazing hasn't really been able to, compound that into more success in the offensive zone, more chances, more shots on to try to test Kazu here, as they'll need to do to find goals against this Jyväskylä team, who historically has always had a very strong defensive presence. Obviously, much different lineup than when they were in the elite division before. When they got that first seed, they had Sibelius in the crease, who is now playing for Havu, playing actually skater at times for a Havu team, who's trying to figure out how to get themselves going. There's an early wraparound chance for Stargazing, will lead to Kazu covering that puck. Another important draw here for Ose. See if he can win this aggressive set coming out from Stargazing. He wins it straight back. DDD pass blocked by Sile, sent out. Indy can't grab it, and Stargazing back in position once again. Nika sent over and into the zone. Ose had it momentarily, and now Sile has it, trying to send it up the wall. Will go all the way down. I'm curious if that will be icing. It will not. Washed out. And Jamichkin with the puck now. Sent up to Ose, who gets bumped at the line, and that will lead to an offside here with 17 minutes remaining. Neutral zone draw now. See if Antti can start getting some sort of advantage in the dot. He does win that one there. Beautiful sauce pass attempt, but Nika right there to intercept it. Set play out of the neutral zone. You can tell Otto just streaking up the ice. Behind the net now, passed out front. Dangerous opportunity, and that will lead to, it looks like, an interference somewhere in the slot. Antti will be headed to the box. Yeah, just got a bump right there in the middle on the wrong guy, and he'll sit for 2. Stargazing will go to the power play.
You can sometimes get away with that a little bit, but not when you're right in front of the ref. So far, we'll see how it goes right here, and let's see how it goes.
Ose wins that draw. He's done very well in the dot so far. It's Nika with the puck now. Sent over to Jamichkin, who winds up, takes a blast that whistles just wide of that glove hand side. Passed over, well read. Otto needs to clear that, and he eventually does. Bit of a dangerous look there, but about halfway through this penalty kill for Jyväskylä, and a great job at the blue line there will force Stargazing to reset. We'll get one more clear, time ticking away. Zone gain, Ose passes it over, what a shot on it! Flopping around is Kazu, keeps the puck out, wrap, chance for Flopity, he can't connect. Things heating up now on the power play for Stargazing. Nico with the puck, settles it down. Kolslav loses it, but kept in now. Man out of the box, whistled just wide. Antti. And he rejoins the play as his team gets possession. Jyväskylä Good penalty kill, maintaining that 1-goal lead. Indy with the puck through the neutral zone, getting a bit crossed up. Otto will be forced to reset. Beautiful pass up to Antti. Low shot, opted not to pass, just go for the rebound, but they keep it in. Indy trying to send out front to Otto, can't connect. And Flopary will reset to his defenseman. Nika with the puck, over to Flopary. They will gain the line, Ose has it. Shot on, hits off of it, Antti. But maintained. Down low now for Stargazing. Nice bump by Sile. To get possession, Antti will now work it out. Nice pass up the middle, Antti retrieves the puck. 3 black jerseys in close proximity, and they couldn't quite get a shot on net. Another great blue line play by the defense of Jyväskylä. Now Stargazing will try once again. A couple quick passes there, but it's intercepted by Otto, and Sile will now lead the rush out. Antti gains the line momentarily. Aro with the follow-up. Sends out front. Can't connect, and Sockham has it. A trip will lead to a power play now for Jyväskylä. So we'll get to see their power play go to work after, I believe that was Flopary. Little aggressive with his stick there.
Just a little bit too aggressive. You put a stick out there, you could possibly get a trip. It's a risk that you play, and we'll see how they are this time on the power play.
Jyväskylä here, the first power play of the game. First time we'll get to see the Stargazing penalty kill. What a play off of the draw right there. Quick shot from Sile. Doesn't connect as Pirzo was in good position, but see that quite a bit here in the ECL Elite. A lot of different variations to face-off plays, which have been mainstays in NHL for a while. It's kind of a bit of a newer one here in 22. Win back to the winger, then to the defenseman for a quick one-timer instead of, for that winger to get a quick shot off, or oftentimes back to the defenseman, then to the winger, as we used to see it. Pretty much that was the main staple play in sixes for a very long time off of those draws in the offensive zone. Down low now for Antti, gets poked off by Nika. He does get it up to Koslov, and Ose will lead the rush out. Maybe looking to attack on the penalty kill or just present that threat nonetheless, killing some time. Indy now with the puck. Nice give and go with Saka, who gains the line. That'll be another trip. I think that'll be Jamichkin who did that on the line. So a brief 5-on-3 for Jyväskylä, but extended power play time.
Yeah, that's never good to be down in this situation right now with a 5-on-3. However short it may be for a 5-on-3, it's still a 5-on-3. We'll see what happens when we have the skater cut out of the box as well. They may try to do a flip play where just flip it up and try to get some sort of offense going the other way. We'll see how it goes.
Face off in possession. Jyväskylä pass over to Indy. Nice pass back to Sile. Quick shot on. Time ticking away. Man out of the box soon. Pass over to Indy with an interesting shot animation. Does go on net. Swallowed up by Pirzo. 1 man out of the box. So that stretch play, at least for this guy coming out of the box, won't be available. 128 though. Another 5-on-4 advantage coming up from Jyväskylä. Another big important face-off that Ose is going to want to win. Another tie-up, but Indy gets possession. And tries to send that one in the middle. Just a bit too much traffic there. Maybe a bit too antsy to get that one into a prime scoring position instead of working the perimeter and trying to open it up. Sile trying to gain the line, but I think Otto just about a half a step offside right there. That'll be a neutral zone draw here with 54 remaining on the power play.
When you expect the pass, sometimes you don't get it. You might just go a little bit offside. That's the nature of the game.
Koslov will send that one down, goes just wide of the net here. Jyväskylä with another rush opportunity. Sent over and just doesn't connect on the pass. Sockham with a good bit of pressure. Otto now on the backhand puts it on. Flopary gets bumped off the puck, and Jyväskylä still on the attack. Otto over to Antti. Antti sends over to Otto, who couldn't quite get the shot away. Almost kept in there by Sockham, but back to 5-on-5 play. Now, Stargazing dodged a bullet with that big kill. Flopary now moving that puck out. Nika has it ahead of Steam. And Koslov back to Nika. What a pass out front off of the post. Flopary on the one-time. Another shot on, blocker aside by Kazu there. Got a bit lucky and then showed the skill as well. And Stargazing yet to get on the board. Great poke by Indy right there. Will clear the zone as time is ticking away here in the second. Just 1 goal scored in favor of Jyväskylä, but Stargazing now threatening. What a one-touch deke to the inside, maintains possession. Koslov tries to send it out front, but Kazu gets the cover.
Big holder by Kazu. Also, big saves as well on that last play in that rush over there. Getting bailed up on the post there, but also coming up clutch with a big blocker save.
Yeah, the follow-up opportunity oftentimes just as dangerous. What an attempt by Koslov. Toe drag through the slot right there. We're seeing that pass out. Otto can't get it, but maybe a quick pass from behind. He does get it off. It almost capitalizes. You saw it coming from a mile away. I'm sure Stargazing may have seen it coming, but it's one thing to notice something. It's another thing to completely defend against it, but they don't allow that one to get on net as strongly as it could. It's a major, major collision right there. And still just a 1-0 game here, so Stargazing within striking distance, but they do still need to find that tying marker.
As we take a quick look over here at the time on attack, very even. Very, very even so far in this first game, or as a commentator that we love and love says, the penultimate game. I get that too. There you go. So far, very, very even. Passing in the favor of Stargazing is good. It's going well. But at the same time, those passes need to be opening up some extra spots and opportunities for these players to go through. And so far, so good. It's been a very even game, except for the little mishap at the beginning of the period right there. I gotta stop talking about the negatives. Let's go. I think this is the third period coming up right here. Let's get it going. Let's see how this goes.
The face-off goes in favor of Stargazing here. Jyväskylä on the back end to his defensive partner. Big 2 points on the line for both of these teams here, and Stargazing looking to try to get this one in, but having trouble getting that blue line. As we said, they might. Going for a dump-in chase, however, but finding the short boards there instead of getting that into the corner. Slight misaim, and that'll lead to a neutral zone draw here.
I think you forgot the chase part that comes after the dump.
Yeah, it's got to stay in play for the chase to happen there. 50% of the dump play completed here, but nice intercept there by Koslov. Just throws that one on, goes quite wide. And Otto begin to work that one out. Sockham will gain the line on the right wing side. Indy with the follow-up, gets possession back to Antti covering. Down low to Indy. Gonna maybe do a quick one-touch pass back to the middle, intercepted by Otto, keeps it in. Otto now. Just trying to cut to the net right there on the forehand, can't get the shot away. And here comes Floperi, momentarily with the puck, but right back in possession of Jyväskylä. Looking like he faked the slap pass up the ice. And Otto now has the puck. Poked off, and counterattack coming up. Stargazing missed pass. They might have had a chance to attack with numbers there. It goes by the wayside. Nika trying to send it to the middle there. A lot of traffic in front as the collapse from Jyväskylä was strong. Floperi now. Over and scores! Koslov on the one-time there. Quick bang-bang play from the slot. A couple quick passes. And just like that, this game is tied, and what a time to get your first goal on an elite broadcast with Stargazing. They tie this game up at 1.
That was absolutely picture perfect. Good execution, great passing right through, and getting that goal, Coleslaw, sorry. I'm really hungry now. You got me thinking about that. Koslov doing really well with that perfectly placed shot.
Yeah, really good position there. And now attacking Jyväskylä, looking to regain that advantage here on the offensive side of things, but turned over and back on the attack. Koslov, the goal scorer, with it on net right there, as Kazu had to be a little bit careful with that, as it looked like his animation initially looked to pad that one out, but he does eventually get the cover right here. Time and attack, slight advantage for Jyväskylä, but Ose has been doing quite well in the draw so far. Aggressive set from Stargazing. Nice tie-up right there, but the support from the Stargazing winger gave them the face-off win. And here they come back on the counterattack. Sile, good play at the blue line. Antti, good in support, but Stargazing hungry on that forecheck. Interesting angle shot from Koslov there. Passed out, and that should go for ice. It doesn't go for icing, actually. Gets washed out. Maybe an interesting call right there. Jyväskylä now has it. Trying to feed the middle there, but that does lead to an offside. Midway point of the third period has been reached. Tie game.
Interesting shot choices right there, especially from Koslov, getting that first goal right in there for their team. Looks like he just wanted to get back on there really, really quick, feeling the momentum, feeling the vibes going through.
Jyväskylä now working it out. And Antti gains the line. Nice bit of passing there. Indy has it whistled just wide. What a shot. Just goes past the glove right there of Pirtsa. Koslov now has it for Stargazing. Sent down low, but no one quite home. Keep the down low cycle. One defenseman pitching in. And what a play right there from behind the net. Nika passes it out front. And Floppery capitalizes. 2 quick goals from Stargazing. They take the lead 2-1 against Jyväskylä. What a pinch right there. And what a finish.
Great execution, great pinch. Good play right there from Koslov to see where the pass was going. And just to hold out a little bit so you can get that pass through. So you can break the pass behind the net. And right in front for a little tip.
2-1 lead now for Stargazing. A quick turn of events, and we're here late in this third period. Jyväskylä going to want to find an answer quickly. Flopity now, nice spin play. Ose with the puck. Gets it poked off and in possession now. Ero up to Sakam. Looking to gain the line here. Indy does. Indy sent all the way around. Antti will get it. Have trouble with 2 defending Stargazing players there. Maintaining possession. Still with the puck, Antti. A little bit of back and forth trying to shake off the bumps there. Indy has it now. Indy, what a shot from Indy! Picks a corner. How the heck did he squeeze that one in there? Game-tying goal, unassisted by Indy, taking matters into his own hand. Jyväskylä right back in the thick of things on that tie. You can see a tiny bit of space there. Pirtsa not quite off the angle, but a little bit off the post, and that was enough space there for Indy.
We saw a lot of goals last game. Really short, up close, just putting it on and putting it up high. If there's a corner, there's a little bit of an edge or a little bit of a spot to shoot at, they'll find a net. That's the difference between here in the ECL Elite. Goals can happen at any given angle whatsoever.
We saw Floppery looking to maybe do the same there, try to snipe that one on Kasu there, but it whistled wide as now Jyväskylä on the counterattack do go offside here. Shots 8 apiece. Very even game so far. Goaltender's not having the best of luck when it comes to their save percentages, but you know, both of them at this point just want that win. Nice sauce off the boards. Koslov now in, tries the L skating, and defenseman caught in an animation. Good recovery coming out from Ose, reading that situation and getting back, making sure that Yamichkin wasn't going to be caught too far out of position. Flopity now, dump and chase opportunity. No one quite close, and Sile will easily handle that. And Jyväskylä will look to work it out. Antti has it. Sauce pass over, and Otto does get possession of it. Not exactly how they drew it up, but they did get him in the line. Less than a minute left here in the third period. Stargazing. Possession briefly over the line, right back in the hands of Jyväskylä, and once again now in the hands of Stargazing. Back and forth here in the neutral zone as time ticks away. Another dump and chase look. Bouncing puck, that's what you want to see if you're Stargazing. They get possession, but the pass back to Jamichkin, he just failed to kind of corral that one. Unfortunate there. 20 seconds remaining here. Stargazing, another dump and chase. They're really favoring that here. They get the bounce, and the forecheck comes in. Flopity all the way around, and Nika with the puck. Sends it down low. Koslov looking for Flopity there. Puck bouncing in the slot. Seconds remaining. All-out attack, all-out assault now from Stargazing, but they're unable to hold the line. One last shot for Indy, and we will be headed to overtime here for the first time in this broadcast.
Funny how I mentioned beforehand, if you were Stargazing, you just want to get as many games as you can, as being a lower division team, lower team in the standings, to get those extra points in overtime. And look where we're at right now. First game of the night, that's going to be going to OT. To get that extra guaranteed point for both teams right now. Obviously, you want to end up getting the other bonus point as well and walk out of here, but at least you get to walk out of here with something regardless.
Yeah,
as we go right now to the tail of the tape for how this game has gone so far. Shots very even. Hits rather quiet for Jyväskylä coming into this game with a whole bunch of firepower and a whole bunch of grit and brawn and strength. Also, Stargazing right now with 18 faceoffs won compared to 9 for Jyväskylä. Absolutely different tail of the tape going on right now.
Yeah, something that we thought perhaps Antti would have the advantage of going in based on percentages alone wasn't quite the case, and that's, percentages, numbers sometimes can only tell so much of the story here, and it's really been Ose in this one, at least in this matchup, really getting the better of Antti so far as he wins another one right there to start this overtime off. Stargazing now in possession, looking for maybe a quick end to this one, and it goes in! Knocked in, I think, by Sile reaching back for the puck, and less than a minute into overtime, Stargazing find the game-winning goal, and that will do it. So, for those of you who are ready for an overtime thriller, it's over in a heartbeat there, and that was Koleslav getting credit for it, the last one that touched the puck there. And of course, that's the rebate that EA gives us, but that is indeed an overtime win for Stargazing.
I just looked at the replay again. It appears the bottle popped off the net. Did you catch a glimpse of that?
I didn't at all, actually, and I'm hoping that we'll get a closer look here as we go into the post game. As you can see that just beautiful goal, a left-handed shot from the left-hand side of the ice, picking the top corner short side from that angle is absolutely bonkers. Yeah, it did pop. What? All right, water bottle popped. No one knows why. It's a sentient water bottle. Nonetheless, though, a great performance, really, from both of these teams. But Stargazing, that's an extra point, which we said every single point matters. They're guaranteed 2 out of 4 points out of this matchup right now. Absolutely massive. Jyväskylä do walk away with 1 point. They got to feel like they let that one slip away just a little bit. Obviously, as we're going to get a look here, this slap pass is a thing of beauty right there, all the way up the ice to Indy. Kind of threw it toward the net. It looked like it actually thought it was off the goaltender, went off the defender. And they just kind of touched in right there by Indy. That was the first goal of the game that we saw. And then it was Koleslav in response here. It was really a beautiful passing play right there. Sent all the way over past the defenseman, doing his best to be in position, try to get that intercept. But it can be tough to do, especially in this iteration of NHL. Just a quick passing play. It looks like he was actually poking at the time as well, which does make it harder. And Endo, why don't you walk us through this next goal here by Flopity?
Definitely right here, going through with a pass right behind, and it just tic-tac-toe right there. Perfect shot, perfect opportunity, top cheese. It doesn't get any better than that. That is a perfect execution of the play, especially going by how many defenders were in the way of the shot right there.
Absolutely. It was a really good pinch. I think it was Nika pinching into the play, and it was really stayed down there for a while with no one covering them. They're committing 4 men down low, so good thing that they did get that goal out of that situation. Here's just the absolutely insane angle that Indy scores off of. Looks like, it goes under the arm right there of Pirtsa there. So really no fault of his own. That's just a unfortunate bit of animation. Wasn't really a perfectly placed shot by any means, but it was, obviously a good shot. Oh, it actually did hit the top of the net there. So yeah, I shot on, and I guess it was a poke right there. He was trying to poke in front of him, but the shot went on, and of course his animation instead goes behind and knocks that puck in. So an unfortunate kind of way for things to end right there if you're Jyväskylä, but if you're Stargazing, you'll take that extra point any day of the week right there. That moves them to 4-1 on the season, back to an even 500. It'll move them up the standings here. Both these teams going to be looking to get some more very important points here in this second match, and we'll set the stage for that after a brief word here from our sponsor. All right, and once again, I'd like to thank our lovely sponsors, Wilhelm, Koblan, Lakritzy, and ST Hockey for helping to make this ECL season what it is. And what a game that was. Some back and forth action, and an odd way to end it, but an early end in overtime for Stargazing, who are got to be feeling great about getting that extra point. If you're Jyväskylä, you stuck with it. You got the point, you got a point out of that, but they're going to be definitely looking to get 2 points out of this one any way they can, because, again, they want to make the playoffs. They, with the way they fell from grace from that ECL elite division so quickly, now earning their way back in as quickly as possible too. They're going to want to show that they can get back in the playoffs and make a splash as well. And if you're Stargazing, definitely looking to maybe shock some of the people who've been watching ECL. Another one of those teams who've, I don't think, ever been in the elite division here, making their way up here and being a team like Jyväskylä, definitely a good kind of start for them here in that first matchup in their elite broadcast debut here for Stargazing. So Endo, in this second one, What do you kind of think? What's kind of your keys here in the second one for both of these teams?
I kind of think, definitely really, obviously, my main thing is aggression. Take it as wherever you can. If it's the first goal, if it's the first big hit, first big play, something that gives you the confidence early on to get into there. We saw that early on with Jyväskylä just absolutely slapping the puck around the rink, showing dominance. It made me chuckle a little bit because I think we were both caught off guard a little bit with how aggressive they were at the beginning. And honestly, that's just the best way to do it. That's the best way to go about it when it comes to hockey. Personally, in my way, is set out there, be aggressive, show them that you're not going to back down. And especially now that you're down one game, I think Jyväskylä has to jump in and just get in there and, take it.
Yeah,
you want
absolutely.
the game? Take it.
Yeah, it's there for the taking, essentially. So we'll be seeing what Jyväskylä will be able to do in response here after losing that first game in overtime. Jyväskylä in the white jerseys now, Stargazing in their home blacks. Kolslav with the puck. Nika has it and sent over to Floperi now. Gains the line. Great support from Antti right there, and the puck bounces dangerously onto net. Kazu kicks it away. Seeley now working it out. Indy has it. Up the ice to Otto. Backs into the offensive zone. Indy, what a beautiful bit of L-skating. A quick little backhand there. Maybe trying to catch Pirtsa cheating over. See if he can bank it off that pad and in. And he comes in there with the hip check. Doesn't quite connect on it. But the aggression coming out early for Jyväskylä so far. 2-on-1 now developing for it. Stargazing trying to just beat him wide. Maybe send a quick pass to the middle there. Didn't end up getting a chance off of it. Interesting pass will probably force the reset from Jyväskylä. You can see Indy streaking up the ice, maybe hoping for that slap pass, but Jamichkin and Nika were all over it. Otto now with the puck sent back to Sile. Back down low to Otto. Poked off by Nika, and Stargazing looking to break this out. Jamichkin. Sent over to Floperi right there, but unconnected in the neutral zone here as Jyväskylä's good neutral zone play continues here in this second game. Floperi now gains the line. Spin off the boards here. Jamichkin has it sent to the middle. What a play! What a pass from Kolslav. Floperi capitalizing on another one-time goal for him, beating Kazu, and Stargazing jumping out to a 1-0 lead here early on in the first period and picking up where they left off.
Absolutely great play right there. We see a little bit of lag, technical difficulties, but you can still see the big finish right there. That's all that matters, is getting that right there. Celebrating with the hot stick, is right now he's got it. 1-0 here, Stargazing. Like I said, you want the game, you go fight for it, and you take it any way that you can.
Fortunately, it wasn't Jyväskylä to get that opening goal, besides getting off to a pretty good start. It was just that one chance from Stargazing. I got to say, their passing in the offensive zone has just been incredibly fluid and able to beat a very good defensive team in Jyväskylä, who's, again, doing a good job of defending well, especially at the blue line. Stargazing just done a good job of working that perimeter and then being able to find those quick passing plays into those higher percentage scoring areas. So neutral zone face-off now, won by Jyväskylä. And Indy gains the line, has a pass over to Antti, defended well, but they do maintain possession. Pass over, Otto has it now, back to Antti. Elects not to take the shot on, and instead go for the pass right there. Looks like Sile got a bit of a unfortunate possession right there. Went down on one knee in the L1 as he was probably looking to kind of get the poke off, but here comes Indy now. Bit of space, trying to beat the defenseman wide, trying to cut to the middle, but poked off of his stick. A nice hit down low from Sockham, who was pinching in. They're unable to capitalize on it, but you like to see that coming out from Jyväskylä, getting the physicality going, trying to get the bumps, trying to get the hits, trying to force those turnovers, trying to keep those pucks in and maintain possession to get some pressure. Stargazing still up 1-0 in this one. Will lead to an offside right there. 6:40 left in the first.
So far, very aggressive play right now from Jyväskylä. A lot more aggressive so far than what we've seen from the last game, at least so far in the first period. They're trying to get back in there definitely now that you're down one game and you're down 1-0 in the series as well. You want to get back in there, throw a little extra body on there. Just show that you're here to compete.
Floperi now wins the puck out and breaks it out. Nice area sauce right there as Osei will get to it. Sent around, well read by Sile, and he'll work that puck out. Sock'em with it up to Indy. Nice area sauce of his own to Sock'em across the ice to Otto. They don't quite connect. Antti back to the point to Sile. One time from Sock'em there, turned aside. Antti from behind the net. Trying to send up front. Indy with a quick shot on. Another shot by Otto. I don't think he got all of it right there. Had some space. Couldn't find the back of the net. Stargazing now in possession. Jyväskylä. And will go offside right there as he didn't like what he saw for passing. Tried to take it in on his own accord. And there was a man over the line. 2:39 left here in the first. Stargazing still up by 1. Jyväskylä has been threatening. Good face-off win by Osei. Floperi looked like he had it in for a second. May have drug it back above the line. Nonetheless, it'll be an offside and yet another neutral zone draw here, but back on the other side. Face-off advantage in favor of Antti. Wins another one right there. Otto is trying to blow by. And can't quite get that one in deep. Koslov now with it. Back to Nika. Nice little bit of a stick work there. Maintaining possession. Osei has it. Low shot for the rebound. No one home. Bouncing puck out front. Dangerous opportunity. Sile now taking it out. Arrow has it. Can't quite hold that line right there. And here comes Stargazing. Seconds remaining here. They get that puck in deep. Back to the point. Looking for one more opportunity here. Shot on by Koslov. Kasu covers it, throws it out to kill the period. Could have been a bit dangerous the way we've seen bounces happening in this one, but takes the risk nonetheless. And we get to the end of that period. A 1-0 lead for Stargazing in a great situation so far. Up in this 2-game set. They won that first game. They've already secured 2 points from that overtime win, and they're got a 1-goal lead in this one in very good shape heading into the second period.
Yes, definitely. They're looking good. They're feeling good. Taking the lead into any period is great as well, especially when you're kind of considered the underdog in this situation too, statistically speaking. Big play right there at the end there as well. Really scary situation with throwing out that puck, especially with how bounces have been, let alone today. And a big risk, and I think it paid off right there. It almost was an own goal. We'll take a look back here at the goal as well.
That was just really a good play here coming out from Stargazing. I mean, their passing has just been on point right there. We don't get a much of a look at it, but it's from the defenseman back down low, and you can even see Sile there poking like a madman, trying to just knock that puck off, and it was a quick behind-the-back pass to another guy who was, pretty tightly covered by Sock'em, the defender, but still got the shot away, and that just goes to show you how those in-tight slot passes, sometimes we see teams trying to force those at times, and, well, you can see why. Sometimes if they go through, you can get great opportunities from them. That puck goes in, turned aside by Kazu. Jyväskylä now trying to work that one out. Beautiful pass up to Otto, now cutting towards the middle on the backhand right there. Didn't quite have the angle to get to the forehand, so you saw Pierce there just holding the line. Someone got crushed. I think that was Indy there. Along the boards, nice bit of aggression coming out from Stargazing there with the physical play. Osei now with the puck, sends it over to Floperi. Gains the line, nice pass over. Osei back to Floperi, and nice play. Doesn't quite capitalize. Nice save from Kasu, and Jyväskylä now working it out, but those passing plays on those one-timers coming out from Stargazing, continuing to find pay dirt in that, or at least chances. You get enough chances, gotta feel like they'll lead to goals. What a pick right there on the boards. Koslov now down low. Out front, and oh my goodness. Out of position, Kazu still got the kick save off. That could have been dangerous. He slid just a little too far to his right-hand side. I think that was Osei getting that shot off. And maybe predicting that Kazu would overcommit back to that side shot more towards the middle of the net. Nonetheless, Kazu made the save. Face off now in the neutral zone. Koslov now with the puck. Floperi across, and that time Sile intercepts it. Indy coming back the other way, has it poked off his stick. Antti getting in there on the forecheck. Nice passing by Stargazing to work that one out. Break out a thing of beauty under pressure. Floperi back to Jyväskylä. Nice between the legs. D can't quite maintain possession. Indy trying to get that one out, but Koslov has it. Shot on. Another shot off the post right there as Kazu was caught sliding. Poked out of the zone now by Jyväskylä, but Stargazing really sort of starting to get the majority of the chances right here, and compounding some of the threat that they've had early on. Floperi now with the line, Koslov. Sile with the puck, sends it around to his defensive partner in Sokum, who leads the rush. Sokum down the right-hand side, over to Antti. A quick give and go. That will lead to a trip. We'll get to see Jyväskylä going to the power play here.
Yeah, definitely take an extra poke right there, and you never know what's going to happen. In this case, power play opportunity for Jyväskylä. Stargazing has to play a lot more defensive here in the situation right now.
This is a big, big opportunity for Jyväskylä here. They're down by 1. Power play really could get themselves the tying marker that they need. If not, just maybe a little bit of momentum here as they start off physically to keep that puck in. Antti back to Sile. Back down low, looking for that one time, and that is actually going to be a delay of game right there. Something that we don't see too often. Stargazing just trying to get the quick clear. Floperi makes a mistake right there and sends it over the boards. A 5-on-3 advantage now for Jyväskylä. It's going to be quite a long one here. Not a whole lot of shots for them so far. They're going to want to get a few more on this power play.
This is going to be very interesting right now.
One back by Antti. Huge face-off win. Otto looking for a quick pass back to Sile. They don't connect. Sile creeps in. Over to Antti. Elects not to shoot, and back to Sile. They're looking for something specific. Pass over. Looked like they were looking for the one-time, but Sokum got the puck. Unfortunately, Ose gets the steal, and a whole lot of nothing. It looks like they're, at least on the first part of that power play, a lot of passing, looking for something specific that they weren't able to connect. But back in the zone they come. Antti now risks that one on, goes wide. Indy has it. Back to the defenseman, well read by Pirtu, makes the save. Antti now over to Sokum, looking for Indy. What a read by Nika, who leads the rush. 2-on-1, coming with his defensive partner. Both defensemen up the ices. Obviously, that was the first one coming out of the box. As now back to 5-on-5, Floperi joins the team.
I am getting too old.
Big kill there for Stargazing. What a keep in by Antti. Creeps in, has some space, but gets poked off. Koslov now with the puck. Not a whole lot of stamina behind him. He was one of those penalty killers out there. That stamina bar has to be low. Indy now with it. Indy fakes a shot over to Antti, who tries to get a quick shot on. Ooh. Swept on net by Otto. Unable to get the follow-up opportunity. Big hit coming out from Sile there, and that will be an injury. Good gracious, he flew across the ice to hit that man at the other blue line. Knocks his helmet off and everything. And there was an offsides on the other end as well. So that's going to be an injury that person has to deal with. It looked, I'll have to see if the way he's skating, if that'll be upper body or lower body. See kind of what happens here. Neutral zone draw goes in favor of Jyväskylä. Sokum curls around with the puck and feeds Antti, and they gain the line now. Otto all the way around for Indy. Sent back to Sokum. Still looking for their first goal in this one here late in the second. Antti now, bit of cross up with Indy. Sent back in down low, and Otto almost gets it. Looks like Nika somehow slowed that one down and was able to get it. Ose now has it. Trying to shoot that one on. Blocked by Sokum, who's now in possession. Sile tries to sauce that one, but Koslov gets in the way. Jamichkin now. Dump and chase coming out across corner, but awkward angle on it will lead to an offside, and everyone will have to tag up. Free possession coming out from Jyväskylä. Errant pass in the neutral zone will force them to reset. Sile looks like he was looking for Indy there, but Antti got the pass instead. 44.4 left here in the second period, a neutral zone draw. 13 hits in favor of Jyväskylä to just the 5 of Stargazing. So we're definitely seeing that the hitting picking up here in this second game, but unable to have turned that into an offensive goal. One more chance. They won't have much time. Antti just throws that one on from distance. There was a gap there on that blocker side, but Pirtsa able to steer that one aside. And after 2 periods, Stargazing still in the lead, 1-0, and that's some elite edges on that hit.
Oh, that cracks me up every time. That was a big hit right there. Also, a big save right there from the goaltender and Pirtsa. Absolutely great gameplay so far going through. Very even on the shot department. Hit department, though, Jyväskylä is definitely stepping up on that aggression. I believe they have more hits in the second period right now than they have had all in the last game itself. Looking absolutely aggressive. Just coming out of the gate, they need to get that goal. Something to go over there to force an overtime or to take the game itself in the third period right here.
Yeah, you can see a good advantage of time on attack as well, but again, just the 5 registered shots to show for it. And you know, credit where credit's due. Stargazing doing a good job keeping him to the outside for the most part, but you think back to that 5-on-3 specifically where it looked like Jyväskylä had something in mind specific, but the execution simply wasn't there. As a quick start from Stargazing, threatening to get a chance on Otto. Almost could have beat in the middle, but here comes Antti. Antti has the puck behind the net now to Indy. Round to Sakam. D pass, Sile has it. Otto sends it all the way around. Sakam will have to pinch in for it. Keeps it down low. Antti has it poked off his stick. Nika behind the net now. Jamichkin leading the rush down the wing side and just enters the line pretty much uncontested. But Jyväskylä do force the turnover. And Otto now trying to beat one man wide. Good stick. Beautiful hit by Sile to keep that one in. Sakam with the puck. Sakam takes the shot. Rebound. And Pirtsa will get the smother. Good job by Jamichkin right there, pushing away the forward who was threatening there to pick up the rebound.
Absolutely great work.
Face off now in the offensive zone. Antti and Indy will get the win. Shot on! What a save by Pirtsa right there. An inside opportunity from Otto right there, and a good job to slide over and keep this a 1-goal game. Floperi now with the puck, shoots it on, looking for that rebound. Didn't quite have the angle on it, and pass back to the point will go all the way back. Jamichkin will have to collect it. Indy and Sile on the forecheck right there. The left defenseman all the way up right there. Antti covering him on the point, and Sile definitely trying to use his aggression and his hits to try to get his team some kind of spark here in this game. His time's ticking away. Less than 13 minutes now in this third period, and still a 1-0 lead for Stargazing. Neutral zone draw once again. Jyväskylä still trying to find their opening goal in this one. It would be the game-tying goal. Offense a bit harder to come by, but chances have been, well, there for both teams, and we've seen some good saves and close calls. Sakam now behind the net. Antti back to Indy. Sile back to Sakam, looking for that shot across the body of Pirtsa. Blocked in front by Nika, though. Stargazing trying to attack the other way, but Otto back in possession. Otto shoots it, and Sakam will collect it off the corner boards. Trying to keep that one down low. It does just that. Antti now jumps into the play. Sends it back to Sile. Down low to Indy. Shot on, though. It went right to Otto, who couldn't get his stick on the puck to shoot that into about half of the net. Was wide open. Perhaps one of the best trips that you're ever going to see right there coming out from Ose, and we'll see a timeout being called as well. That's a close call right there. Jyväskylä almost at the tying marker, but they'll have to settle for the power play instead.
That's a smart penalty to take right there. That was definitely a goal opportunity coming through for that team right there. And sometimes you got to take a call. Sometimes you get the best play, honestly, is to put someone in the box for 2 minutes, because that could be the tying goal right there.
Yeah, definitely don't mind sitting in the box right there. If you're Ose, as you were saying, just kind of maybe even spamming that poke right there as that puck, again, bounced right out in front of Otto, who just couldn't quite get his stick on it to sweep it in. Face-off one by Antti. They pass back to Sile there, but well read, and the puck gets cleared. Jyväskylä now trying to enter that zone again. Not a bad play by Indy right there, trying to protect the puck, but in doing so, he brought the puck back across the blue line. That'll lead to an offside here in a neutral zone draw. 1:25 left on the power play for Jyväskylä. And one by Ose, and Floperi will clear that. Or sorry, no, Ose is off. That would have been Kolslav winning that draw. Edo now gains the line. Sent back, and a miscue right there as Sile began to pinch in, and Jyväskylä seeming a bit out of sorts on their own power play. Otto now gaining the line. Looking over to Sakam. Sakam back to Sile. Over to Antti, and looking for Otto in the middle right there. Just unable to connect. The collapse has been good for Stargazing. There's not a whole lot of room. Nice slap pass of the boards to Indy. Indy stops over to Otto, doesn't get the shot away. Looked to be maybe cutting into the middle to opt for a better shot, but at this point, just shoot. Right there he does, and it's turned aside. Not too sure if it hit the goalie or a body out front. Sockham to Seeley, down to Antti. Shot on rebound. They couldn't quite collect it. Puck still loose. Now being brought out of the line. Flopity gains the line, has some numbers out front. Oh, Kolslav had it. Almost trickled to Ose as well, who would have been about one-on-one with the goaltender. They weren't able to keep possession. Flopity now for Stargazing. Just chips that puck in. 4 minutes left here in the third period. Jyväskylä still looking for the tying marker. Gaining the line. Seeley just trying to force his way in, but the puck comes out. Antti now doing the same thing, and Otto will have it. Otto over, and fanning on it is Indy. That was their best opportunity. They just couldn't connect. The handedness was a bit wonky. Off the bar now. Antti from the short side hits the post, and here comes Stargazing back the other way. 2-on-1 developing. Flopity, pass over, scores! The counterattack comes in clutch. Stargazing, with less than 2 minutes remaining, a turn of events just so quickly. Numerous chances for Jyväskylä. 2-on-1 the other way, and Ose makes it 2-0 for Stargazing.
Try so hard on one end of the ice to get that puck in the net, and nothing's going, no bounces, no connections. And the next play up, you go on the other side and you go through with a quick little 2-on-1 and put it in the back of the net. Stargazing with a 2-0 lead here. Absolutely great gameplay so far from the entire team over at Stargazing.
Jyväskylä obviously not out of it quite yet with the last time real minute, but they need one right here. Antti trying to squeeze in. Puck still loose. Goaltender down on his back, but they can't get possession. And here comes Stargazing. Sockham passes it up to Antti trying to gain the line. He does, but Seeley somehow kept it in. What a play right there. Sent down low. Indy can't grab it. Out front, and oh my goodness, Nika with a beautiful puck pickup right there. Saved an in-tight look. Flopity now has it. Chance, and he scores on the backhand. It somehow, someway finds its way past Kazu. That should be the dagger right there. Off the goaltender and in. Another quick counterattack goal. Another goal on the day for Flopity. And Stargazing will be taking 4 out of 4 points in this matchup.
This is an absolute dream situation for this team. Stargazing going through listed as the underdog essentially for this matchup right now, and taking this game right now 3. So far 3. Let's see if they can get a quick goal here for Jyväskylä to avoid a goalie situation. I won't say the words.
Yeah, you better be careful. I'm in the hot seat for YMC, I think, for all time. Ooh. For ruining a Benna shutout with about a minute left one time. So, and I didn't even say the words. So, hey, if a goal gets scored, it's on him. Oh, and you're off the hook, Endo. And one more shot on as time runs out. That was a dangerous chance from Indy there. But if you're Stargazing, you got to be feeling good after that one. Just a great job of really on all sides of the ice. They weathered the storm time and time again. Jyväskylä kept throwing everything they could at him, but Stargazing had a great performance that first game. Ose was really a key in winning all the faceoffs that he did, and then and obviously gets the insurance marker in this one off of that counterattack. The game winner was actually the first goal that was scored, and I think that was by Flopity. So just a great performance all the way around from Stargazing. They go from 3-4-1 coming into today to now 5-4-1. Just a big turn of events for them as they try to work their way outside of those relegation positions at least, and perhaps work their way into the playoffs right here as in the Elite Division. Jyväskylä did what they could, but only coming away with 1 point, and as we mentioned in the pregame, Endo, these were important points to have at this stage in the season.
Couldn't have agreed more. It's just something that happens. Sometimes you go out and you think you're the better team, and it just doesn't happen, and just go up behind. Right now, Stargazing get those 4 crucial 4 points. And I said beginning of this matchup, maybe them coming in and getting an overtime win or an overtime point would be essential, good enough for them. But to go out and basically say, you know what, we're gonna get all 4, and going out there with this good of a showing and this dominant of a relentless attack from this team. Look at that backhanded pass, beautiful beautiful dish right there from Coleslaw. I'll start calling him Goalslaw because he is the leader for goals on this team. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, Golslav. I like that. That I think that's a nickname that could absolutely stick with him, the way he performed in this matchup here. And here's that beautiful 2-on-1. Such a good delay on the pass by Flopiter right there. You can see in his stick a little bit of flair right there just to open up some space. It's almost like he waited for the poke check to come out from, I think that was Sockham right there, trying to guard against that. And then, of course, here's that last one as Flopiter got one on the back end. One that Kazi would like to have back, but at a stage of the game where it was, kind of pretty much over. I think there's about 30 or so seconds left, and to get 2 goals, and that's a tall order. It can be done. We've seen it done before. Jyväskylä just unfortunately weren't unable to get even 1 goal in that one, despite having 7 minutes of time on attack, despite putting 11 shots on. Pierto was up to the task, made the saves that he needed to. The team defended well. They countered attack beautifully, capitalized on their opportunities that were given them by Jyväskylä. And just like that, 4 out of 4 points for Stargazing, which, as you said, I know we're, thinking they'd probably be happy coming away with an overtime point here or there, maybe, getting a win, maybe 2 out of 4 points they'd be happy with. They walk away with 4 out of 4. Jyväskylä only walking away with 1 due to that overtime loss here. So that's the situation for if you're Stargazing. It can turn around your season just like that. One 2-game set can have a massive impact on the course of your season. We saw it right here with Stargazing. From a negative 500 team to now above 500 with just 2 games played. And we'll see if we, I don't know if the games have been reported quite yet, but we'll get a look at the standings right here. At least we can do the math in our heads ourselves, as unfortunately the games haven't been reported. But an extra 4 points now for Stargazing will put them into a tie with YMCA, and then it'll come down to goal differential. I think YMCA will still be on top. Oh yeah, and also ZSC there was 11 points. They're on the left-hand side of the bracket. So interesting right there, but obviously games in hand for ZSC. So just like that, from 14th all the way up to, we'll say, 10th for Stargazing. Absolutely beautiful day for them. And, 10 games played so far. There's only a few teams left now with those only 6 games played. So they're still, again, in that medium kind of area. They put themselves in a great position. And if you're Jyväskylä, you do gain that 1 point. You do stay on that left-hand side of the bracket, but you move up to 12 games played. The teams behind you, ZSC with 8, Roots with 10, Sabo with 6, Edinburgh, Feriestad, all with 8 right there, and teams well within striking distance, like we said, of having 1 good performance. Those teams at 9 points, they win a 2-game set. They get 14. They leapfrog Jyväskylä just like that. So all points at any stage of the season are so important here.
Could not agree more. You take your points when you can. You take it whenever you go through. And it has been a very interesting game. Noted 2 shutouts so far, both of these games, one in each matchup. It was an absolute blast to watch this go through and to take into account with how much everything's improved with these games and everything's going through, and how enjoyable this all has been, especially with you, Sin, who I haven't seen in a little bit of a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot sec since Tugi's been on vacation. The podcast has been on hold, but he's back now. And we will be back, of course, tomorrow. Tugi and myself back in the broadcast seats, Monday, April 25th, 1945 CEST, for a really nice matchup. Sabo Esports and H-Reds, and of course ZSC Esports taking on Edinburgh. So that's going to be a matchup that you're definitely not going to want to miss. Of course, on Tuesday, we'll be back to covering the ECL Pro with, we may not have the graphic for that. So apologies to the producer for throwing you under the bus right there. And, always like to do that. Keep everyone on their toes. That's my motto. So for all of you guys out there, we thank you very much for tuning in. For our sponsors, Wilhelm, Kovalon Lakritzi, ST Hockey, we thank you for your continued support. And get ready for more ECL action as this week continues and this winter season continues. My name is Sin. You can find me, as you see on screen, at SinFTWProd on Twitter. You can find Endo as well on Twitter, as you see on screen. You can find him on Twitch as well as a live streamer, and maybe even on YouTube if he finally starts to make videos. We'll see if that goes. And of course, you can catch both of us on the Tugi's Take podcast on all your major podcasting platforms. So that will do it for us here today. And we hope to see you back here tomorrow for the return of Tugi and the return of more ECL Elite action. Hope to see you there.